On the way to school, Akari spotted me and jogged over to my side. Morning. Damn, I thought I got out here pretty early, but you beat me to the punch again.
だから先に来なくてもいいってば。私が好きでやってるだけだし。
Come on, wouldn't it be bad if I kept my girlfriend waiting?
いいの。私、こうしてケイスケ待ってる時間が好きなの。今日はどんなこと話そうかなとか、何しようかなとか、そんなことを考えてる時間が。
Ah, she just made my heart pang. You're saying all sorts of cute stuff today. I hugged Akari on reflex. Huh? Oh, why did she pull away?
ごめんなさい。今はダメ。
Right.
行こっか。
Sure. What was that all about? She would ordinarily get all mushy and go, "Oh no!" in this super cute voice. This was making me feel pretty gloomy. Although we were able to carry on an ordinary conversation after the fact, it felt like she was casually sidestepping me anytime I tried to make any physical contact. I thought she liked being hugged. This was so weird, Akari-san. I never noticed it before, mostly because Akari was the one who got all clingy and needy, but I guess I wanted to flirt with her too. I took notes, like my life depended on it, and glanced over at her repeatedly throughout the day. Oh, that serious look of hers was cute too. Alright, next break time, I was gonna hug the hell out of her. Once I made sure Sensei had left the classroom. Akari! I walked up to Akari, who was still seated, and hugged her tightly from behind. As usual, she was soft and smelled so nice. Adorable.
すごいです。二人とも大胆になりましたね。
いやー、人間変われば変わるもんだね。
やめて。ダメ。ここじゃみんな見てるから。
What's the harm? We are dating, aren't we?
人前でこういうことしないで。
Akari, you're such a cutie.
ダメ。もうすごい恥ずかしいよ。ダメ。
Akari, there.
頭撫でちゃダメ。ケイスケ。
Whoa! This was it. This was the reaction I was looking for.
神聖な教室でなんて羨ましい。許せないよ、浦部圭介。
お堅そうなももちゃんがあんなになすがままに。
Oh, next period already? Too bad. I reluctantly yet gently let go of Akari. A totally deflated Akari flopped face down onto her desk. I may have overdone it a little. Oh man, sorry, I guess I went too far, huh?
後で覚えてなさいよ。
Akari shot me an adorable-looking glare with bright red cheeks. Ah, Akari was cute when she got like this too. Then, within milliseconds of the lunch bell ringing throughout campus...
ケイスケ、ちょっと来なさい。
Ow! Don't tug on my ear! What's with you all of a sudden?
いいから来なさい。ちょっとそこへ正座しなさい。
Scary. Hey, what's going on?
いいから正座。
Oh, okay. I gave into the intensity of Akari's imposing stance, sat with my feet flat to the floor, and looked up at her.
どうして人がダメって言ってることするの？
I just thought when you were going, don't! You may not have meant it literally.
そりゃそういう時もあるけど、今日のは本気でダメだったの。
Oh, well then, at what times will I know you mean it for real?
委員会の人たちはともかく、教室とか道の途中とか人の目がいっぱいあるところはダメ。
Is this a matter of appearances?
そうよ、私は一応吉備津宮家の人間なんだから。
Yeah, now that she said it, that may be so. The Kibitsumiyas were the leaders of the 3 great families that governed this island. It would totally annihilate her public image if people saw her getting all lovey-dovey over some random guy. Fair enough. You're completely right. I'll be more careful when we are out in public from now on.
分かってくれたらそれでいいわ。それともう一つ理由があるの。
What's that?
ケイスケ。
Akari completely contradicted everything she just said and clung to me with a sugary sweet tone in her voice. Wait, Akari, are you okay with this?
バカ、さっきは辛かったんだから。
Huh? Huh?
人前じゃ思いっきり甘えられないもん。我慢するの辛かったんだからね。
Ah, that's how it was? Why, you're so cute. I changed stances and hugged Akari tightly.
ケイスケ。
Sorry, Akari, I'll be more careful from now on.
ケイスケにこうされると甘えたくてたまらなくなるんだから。
I'm sorry.
もういいの。
True enough. I bet it would be rough if you couldn't be affectionate comfortably. I wanted her to show her affection freely too. Partially as an apology, as I hugged Akari, I slowly brushed her hair. Her well-groomed black hair was glossy and silky again today. I love your hair. It's so pretty and smells wonderful.
ケイスケもいい匂いするよ。それにあったかい。
Ah, seriously, this woman. How unbelievably adorable.
あらあら、これは可愛い接客さんがいらしてますね。
Whoa, senpai!
これが噂のあかりちゃん抱っこですね。私も仲間に入れてくださいな。これは大丈夫ですよ、そのままで。
Senpai set her lunch on the desk, then came up behind the flustered Akari and clung to her back.
あかりちゃん可愛いです。ダメ、先輩。ケイスケくんはずるいです。こんな可愛いあかりちゃんを独り占めするなんて。
Ah, well, I guess it's because I'm her boyfriend, or something like that.
私もこうやってあかりちゃんをギューってしたいです。
Senpai added with a smile and clung to Akari even tighter. Since we were both hugging her, Senpai's face was awfully close to mine. This was kind of exhilarating on its own. Wait, no, I was devoted to Akari. I would never cheat on her.
これすごいあったかいよ。あったかいよ。かわいい。よしよしよし。
Now that Senpai was hugging Akari and brushing her fingers through her hair, she had gone completely limp in my arms.
先輩、あらあらあら。これ
Akari called out sweetly and clung to Senpai of her own accord. To top it off, she buried her face into her boobs and even nuzzled her.
かわいい。ケイスケくん、たまにでいいですから、あかりちゃんを貸してくださいな。
Well done, Senpai. I never thought you would get Akari to snuggle up to you like that. I'm actually a little jealous. Oh well, this was Senpai we were dealing with, so I guess this was fine. It wasn't half bad to see Akari act so mushy off to the side either.
お母さん。
Senpai and I exchanged a quick glance upon hearing Akari's quiet whisper. She appeared bothered by her comment and gave Akari a sad yet sympathetic look. Slowly, yet kindly, she brushed Akari's hair like a mother would for their child.
よしよし。いい子いい子。お母さん。
It suddenly occurred to me that Akari's home life might play a rather large part in how clingy she could be. From what I could recall, Akari probably hadn't received enough attention from Maki-san after her old man passed away. The repercussions presented themselves like so. If I thought of it like that, I could accept it. I could never be Maki-san's replacement, but I didn't want her to feel lonely whenever I was around. Whenever we were alone, I would continue to hug her as much as she wanted. During our 5th period break, I had a sudden craving for tea and made a mad dash for the vending machine. Being Japanese by nature, I strongly preferred green tea and Japanese liquor over black tea and Western booze.
だからさ、大丈夫だってももちゃん。
本当？
ほんとほんと、みんなやってるから。いけない。じゃ、ファイトももちゃん。
ケイスケ？
Yeah, I am indeed Keisuke-san. What were you talking about?
いや、その、ケイスケ、今日さ、放課後とか時間ある？
Sure. Are we going out? If so, I'd love to join you.
じゃあさ、いいわよ、今のうちに。
Sorry to intrude. I was in the women's dorm.
案ずるより産むが安しね。ちょっと拍子抜けしちゃった。
I was super nervous personally. Even more so than when I was out stealing mystic treasures. Still, are you sure it's okay for me to be here?
そういうやらしい言い方しないでよ。ケイスケだけだからね、こんなことするの。
The things my Akari said were as cute as ever. Sorry, I know. I gave her a gentle hug. You don't normally do something this ballsy is all.
あのね、その結構女子も男の子を部屋に入れちゃう子多いんだって。
What? How scandalous. Ho.
噂は前から聞いてて、その時はしょうがない人たちだなって思ってたけど、今ならその気持ちがわかるの。だって二人っきりでくっつける場所ってこの島じゃそうないんだもの。
True, this island doesn't have a love hotel or anything similar. Oh, that's what that little isolated island was for.
ケイスケのエッチ。
Akari wiggled around in my arms. The time must have flashed into her mind.
でも、理屈はわかる。私もケイスケといっぱいイチャイチャしたいから。
Ah, God, why did everything out of this girl's mouth make my heart feel like it was going to explode? I hugged her even tighter on reflex. Yeah, I want to flirt and be lovey-dovey with you all the time too. Akari was so cute when she rubbed up against my chest. I considered giving her a kiss, but held back for a moment and gently patted the back of her head instead.
優しいの好きすごく好き
After petting her like so time and time again, I took her by surprise and gave her a tight squeeze.
これも好き
You sure do love hugs.
ケイスケの抱っこ好きすごく幸せな気持ちになれるの
Akari's expression softened as she spoke. This was so different from her usual dignified attitude, and it felt good knowing the expression she was wearing was reserved for me and only me. And as I gazed at her, I could feel my heart growing warmer. Yeah, I'm happy too. I slowly caressed Akari's back. You know, I've changed schools more times than I can count, and I never had time to make friends, much less get a girlfriend. Getting to spend time with you like this, that was always a dream beyond a dream for me. What is it?
また転校しちゃうの
That blissful expression vanished into thin air and Akari looked like she was on the verge of tears. There was a reasonable possibility I would transfer. I'm not sure yet.
じゃあやっぱりまたどこかに行っちゃうの
Sorry, I've got family stuff of my own to deal with. It's hard to tell what their plans will be down the line.
そっか家の都合か
The now docile Akari wore a gloomy look on her face. The fact she repeated what I'd said was probably because Akari could relate with her own family life. Akari rubbed against my chest over and over again and then,
ねえもしその時はもしこの島を出ていくその時は私も一緒に連れてってくれる
Of course I wanted her to come with me. I didn't want to leave her. However, everything Akari said was like an unattainable dream. Even so, I felt exactly the same way. I wanted to take her anywhere she wanted to go. A part of me felt like nothing else mattered so long as we were together. Akari. I never noticed how truly happy she made me. No, I was pretty sure I was pretending not to notice. Akari's entire family sought to capture me, the Phantom Thief Ura. Our relationship was similar to that of a Phantom Thief and detective. Could things work out between us? What should we do if that were possible?
ケイスケ
I momentarily considered the possibility of abandoning our families and eloping, and it didn't sound half bad. On second thought, it didn't seem quite right either. It wasn't like I inherited the role of Phantom Thief Uda for superficial reasons. Besides, I was sure Maki-san would be upset if we went that far. I couldn't do that to her. If there was no possible way for us to stay together for the long haul, then I wanted to at least do something for Akari and Maki-san.
ねえケイスケダメかな
Huh? Ah. Her lonely voice brought me to my senses.
もう聞いてた私のお願い
Yeah, I was. I'd definitely wish we could.
こういう時くらい約束するよって言ってよそんな遠くを見るような目をしないでよ
Making eye contact was painful, but I was positively captivated by her. Sorry.
でもケイスケのそういう誠実なところは好き
Akari added and pressed her lips against mine. I was always the one who moved in to initiate a French kiss, but Akari was being kind of assertive today. She softly gripped my wrist and led me toward her chest. We had slept together a number of times already, but she was acting quite bold now compared to her earlier submissive behavior. I obviously didn't dislike it when Akari was like this either. Fuha! Then, what do you think of my insincere side?
例えば
Like how I go ape when I'm with you. Also this. I grabbed Akari's hand and pressed it against the bulge on the outside of my pants. When I did, she giggled and didn't seem the least bit surprised.
ある意味これは誠実なんじゃないの？
I mean, I guess having you touch me like this wouldn't be too surprising, huh?
このぐらいで驚いてたらケイスケの彼女は務まらないわ。
Or, so you're now the kind of woman who gets off on grabbing a man's dick, huh?
別に喜んでは。
Then why are you stroking my dick then?
もう先にケイスケが触らせたんじゃない。
Like so, Akari leaned against me and stared at me intently.
ねえ、ケイスケ。セックスしよう。
Hearing her whisper those particular words in such a sweet voice had immense destructive power.
今ピクってした。
You're quite assertive today.
そうしないとケイスケがどこかへ行っちゃいそうだから。
I was at a loss for words as Akari lovingly snuggled up to me. Akari gave me a troubled smile and, after shaking her head, it quickly curved into something much more devious.
今日は私がしてあげる。ケイスケは楽にしててね。
Hey now, what are you planning?
私だってその気になればケイスケにすごいことできるのよ。
Amazing things, huh?
そうやって余裕でいられるのも今のうちなんだから。
Akari groped at my crotch with a less than familiar technique as she curled her soft body up like a cat in front of me. And then... Okay then, I'll see you in a second. After taking a shower and changing, we later sat beside each other on the bed. The way Akari plopped her head against me was unbelievably precious. The wonderful aroma of shampoo from her freshly washed hair sent my heart aflutter. Those pajamas are cute.
ありがとう。お気に入りなの。
We have the day off tomorrow. Want to go somewhere?
ケイスケとならどこへでも。でも今すぐ一緒に行きたいところがあるかな。
Where?
お布団の中。
Did you not get enough?
違うわよ。ムードぶち壊しじゃないの。バカバカバカ。
Oh, sorry. What did you mean then?
一緒に寝てほしいってだけだもん。
This lonely girl. Ah, damn, she was cute. I couldn't take it anymore and hugged Akari close. Yeah, sorry for the mix-up. Let's sleep together tonight.
一緒。その前にお休みのキスが欲しいな。
Why, you little? You're adorable. Oh no. I slipped up and stuck my tongue in, and now I didn't think I could stop.
お休みのキスじゃ。
Akari, you're so cute. Oh,
いい加減にせんかー。
what? Aoi?
葵じゃないよ。何やってんのさ、お兄ちゃん。
Don't make me say it. It's embarrassing. Recalling what we had been doing just a short time ago made my cheeks flush bright red.
そりゃあんだけあん言ってり恥ずかしいことでしょうよ。
It's because Akari was being loud.
だってケイスケ激しいんだもん。声出ちゃうよ。
In a good way?
すっごく。だから二人の世界に入るの禁止だってば。不潔だよ。不潔すぎるよお兄ちゃん。私以外の女とまぐわってるなんて。
Hey, girls shouldn't talk about fornicating.
じゃあセック。
That's even worse, you fool.
ケイスケまさか葵ちゃんと。
No, I'm not perverted enough to screw my blood-related sister. Also, Aoi is just a creature known as a little sister. She's not a woman at all.
ひどいよお兄ちゃん。私を捨てるんだ。ケイスケ本当よね。葵ちゃんとエッチしてないよね。
Ah, damn it all. Somebody do something about these two.
お兄ちゃん分かってるの？相手は吉備津宮なんだよ。怪盗裏の宿敵なんだよ。
I'm well aware of that. Aoi and I returned to my dorm room and held a meeting regarding Phantom Thief Ura. We obviously couldn't have this conversation in Akari's room.
ならどうしてあのメギツネに惚れちゃったの？
Don't call her that, and I sure as hell have a reason for falling head over heels for her. You love what you love. There's no controlling it.
開き直ったよこの人。
What else do you expect me to do?
目の前にこんな可愛い妹がいるのに他の女に手を出すなんてお兄ちゃんはどうかしているよ。一歩だよ。
Don't call me impotent. I'm perfectly spry every single morning. Also, the only thing wrong here is that head of yours.
ひどいよ。これは浮気だよ。私というものがありながら。
I'm telling you, you're my little sister and nothing more. Siblings can't have relationships like that.
しかも童貞をあかりさんに捧げちゃったんだ。
I mean, well, yeah.
気持ちよかった？
Yes, very much so.
ひどすぎるよ。お兄ちゃんの童貞は妹のものだって法律で決まってるのに。
Like hell it does. Which country's laws are those? Ha, dealing with Aoi was wearing me out. That off-kilter personality of hers had really gone into overdrive lately. However, if I set aside all of her little sister talking points, there was some reason to what she was saying. I had indulged in my adoration and lust for Akari and set the issue aside for later, but romances between thieves and detectives were portrayed as blighted loves fairly often in manga and games. I could watch or read about them without a second thought, but they weren't anything like I'd experienced for myself. In reality, at this point, I was faced with the decisions of dating Akari and resigning as a phantom thief.
で、浮気者のお兄ちゃんは今後どうするつもりなの？
Well, fair enough. I know it won't be an easy path, just like you've said.
怪盗、やめる？
No, I won't. I'm proud of the fact I'm Ura. I have no intention of quitting my position as the third generation Ura.
じゃあどうするの？
Let me think. I racked my brain for a moment. May as well talk things out with Aoi and use it as a chance to get the current state of events in order. I am Phantom Thief Ura and Akari is one of his pursuers. This relationship came into being precisely because Ura targets mystic treasures.
そうだね。
Kuriha was in possession of a book containing information on unknown mystic treasures, which the three great families recovered. the three great families have already subdued the other treasures. All of this suggests there's no need for us to steal from this island any longer, correct?
それは私たちが判断することじゃないよ。昔おじいちゃんは抜き打ちテストだって言って吉備宮の倉庫に忍び込んだって言うし。
Oh yeah, I guess that did happen. Come to think of it, Kumakichi and Akari had mentioned something about the Phantom Thief Ura sneaking into the Kibitsumiya's quote-unquote stone door. Security had tightened up since then and the estate had become an impenetrable household.
それと私たちの使命がどういうのか分かってるよね。この島に秘宝がなければ他の場所に行くだけだよ。日本にはまだまだ発見されてない秘宝がたくさん眠ってるんだから。
Well,
今はまだ待機だって言われてるけど、仕事だから明日ここ引き払えって言われたらどうするの？あかりさんと離れ離れになっちゃうよ。遠距離恋愛は辛いって言うよ。
I know all that. I can more or less imagine how rough it will be. Considering all the flirting Akari and I had been doing until shortly before, Aoi's emotional thrashing was piercing into the crown of my head. I would love to keep being lovey-dovey with Akari forever, but reality was harsh.
それと仮に私が1億歩譲ったとしても、おじいちゃんが交際を許さないと思うよ。
Probably not. She was right. In a certain sense, this may be the biggest obstacle standing in my way. To start with, what can I do to get you to give in?
そうだね。おじいちゃんが許したら譲ってもいいよ。
You're really cranking the difficulty level up to max there.
私もそう思う。だからこそだよ。
However, Phantom Thief Ura makes the impossible possible. I'll try talking to Grandpa.
無理ゲーだと思うけどな。
Following that conversation, we gave Grandpa a call and now found ourselves called out to the park in the dead of night. There was nobody to be found in the silent park. Why had he chosen this place?
来たな、孫たちよ。
I found my answer to that very question once I spotted Grandpa shouting out at the top of his lungs from atop the streetlight. He always did love flashy entrances, not that I was one to talk. Then, after a satisfied nod, he soundlessly landed on the ground and gave me a stern look.
話は葵から聞いておる。圭介、吉備宮の嬢ちゃんとの話は誠なのだな。
Yeah, it's true. I'm in love with Akari, deeply.
いつの間にか色気づきよって。まだまだケツの青い坊主だと思っておったのだがの。
He sounded kind of amused as he laughed. Given how things were going, could this possibly mean... Thinking that for even a second was naive of me.
のバカ者が!
No! Without warning, Grandpa punched me in the gut and literally sent me flying. Youch! That hurt like hell. Something told me I did a barrel roll through the air. To make matters worse, the inside of my mouth felt cut up and I tasted iron. Shit, must have chipped a tooth. I shook my head, pulled myself together, and glared Grandpa down head on. Hey, what the hell are you doing? You throw me off my guard, then suddenly wail on me? That's dirty, you geezer.
やかましいこのバカ弟子が！お前、自分が何をやろうとしておるのか分かっているのか？
I just fell in love with a woman. Or would you prefer I do some guy up the ass instead? Huh?
このたわけが！
Guha!
好いた惚れたは自然の摂理。それは良い。だがお前は怪盗裏。吉備宮とは相入れぬ存在。その事実を隠しながら 嬢ちゃんと付き合うというのか。
Gah, shut up. I'm planning to tell her everything someday.
ほざけ、このバカですが。
Uga!
お前が正体を明かせば嬢ちゃんは家を捨てるか、吉備宮としてお前を捕まえなくてはならないではないか。どの道を選んでも嬢ちゃんは嘆き悲しむ。違うか。
Yeah, you may be right. However, how could I just go, "Oh, you're right," and break up with her just because of that? I love Akari.
だからお前はアホなのだ。
Bleha! Damn it, you keep smacking me around. What are you so upset about?
少しは成長したと思ったが、やはりお前はまだ青い。気持ちだけでは、思いだけでは人は幸せにはなれぬのだ。それがわからんのか、このバカ孫が。
And here comes the high and mighty lecture. I have no intention of breaking up with Akari, come what may, no matter what happens. I love Akari through it all.
それは一発の男が言うセリフだ。
Shut up! Qualifications and whatnot are irrelevant when it comes to making someone happy. You're starting to piss me off.
わしとやる気か。よかろう。来い。教育してやる。
Don't underestimate me. It's time for the student to become the teacher, geezer. Say your prayers.
てめえ。
Wooyah!
はいはいはいはいはい。
No, good. Damn it, he wasn't holding his punches at all. Fine, just what I wanted. Ha!
少しは腕を上げたようだが。せや！
Mga! What was that just now? I couldn't see it.
はいはいはいはいはいはい。チェスト！
Ga! Oh, good. Shit, my knees were trembling. Had this pushed me to my limits?
スピードと勢い任せの拳など蝶々も同じ。威勢のいいセリフを背負うには軽すぎる拳よ。未熟。
Shit, you geezer.
威勢がいいのは口先だけか、この青二歳目が。お前の思いはそんなものか。もっと気合を見せてみろ。
Quit screwing around. The real deal's coming your way now.
はあ、その割には立つのがやっとではないか。
Shit, figured me out, huh? He'd really gone all out. Speaking of which, my head was pounding. A dull pain coursed through my arms from taking all those blows. I had confidence in my stamina, but that battering was pretty outrageous. My muscles were left trembling. Still, I couldn't give in now. I had to see my love for Akari through. Come on, quit whining and get ready. Don't blame me if you strain that back of yours. Got it, Gramps? I caught my breath, meditated, and let that energy wash through my body. In doing so, I managed to repair my sneering knees and downplay the pain from my wounds. I'm obviously in love with her. No matter what happens, I will make her happy.
ならばその言葉、拳で証明してみせい。
That's the idea. I concentrated the last of my strength into my right hand and made a beeline at Grandpa. Then, my fist lunged forward with as much power as I could muster. Ha! There was feedback. I was positive my fist landed a clean hit against his jaw. Hehe, how's that? Serves you right. That should have done it. He shouldn't be able to stand back up.
少々侮っておったようだ。
Wait, where was he still standing?
さて、 宣言した通り吐いた言葉を背負う重みをとくと思い知らせてやる。セラセラセラセラセラセラセラセラセラセラ
が
お兄ちゃん。
所詮はネズミ。猫にはかなわなんだな、ケイスケよ。
がshit, I can't move.
これがお前の実力よ。こんな未熟な腰のまま人一人の一生を背負おうとは肩払いたいわ。
Shut up. I'll stay with Akari regardless.
今ここでお前の甘っちょろい考えを修正してくれるわ。
Crap. Grandpa took the stance for his secret technique. I'd better brace myself for the full month it would take to recover from this. Damn it. I talked a big game, but couldn't win in the end. Talk about lame.
おじいちゃん、もうやめて。
Aoi.
しかし葵よ、ここでこいつの甘ったれた根性を修正しておかねば今後のためにならんぞ。
修正しすぎて壊しちゃったら意味ないでしょ。
That's what you get for overstepping. Now it's time for me to make a magnificent comeback.
へい。
Yow!
なるほど、お前の分を残しておけということであったか。
まあそんな感じで。
葵にさえしてやられるとはな。威勢のいいことを言っておきながらなんてざまだ。
Quit screwing with me. God damn it. Next time, I won't lose.
わしに勝とうなど100年早いわ、このたわけが。
Go!
だが最後の一撃はなかなか骨があったな。少しは腕を上げたようだ。
I told you. Next time, I'm gonna surpass you for sure.
まだ減らず口を叩きよるか。まあそれくらい気が良くなくては吉備津宮とはやっていけんだ。
Huh?
惚れた女が吉備津宮の娘とは、天使というものはなかなかに愉快なものよ。よかろう。あの一撃に免じて嬢ちゃんと付き合うのを許そうではないか。
なんで今までの流れでどうしてそうなるの。
I assume there's a but coming. I spat out the blood that had pooled in my mouth, picked my staggering body up, and shot him a glare.
さよう。まことに嬢ちゃんを愛しその人生を背負っていくというならそれもまた一興だが、もしも手に入れた宝を汚すような真似をしてみろ。その時はお前を破門とする。駆け落ちなどという逃げに走ったらわし自ら引導を渡してやるから覚悟しておけ。
Good.
嬢ちゃんのことが片付くまで怪盗裏としての活動を禁ずる。ではさらばだ。
おじいちゃん。
Having said his piece, Grandpa turned aside and concealed himself in the shade of the trees. Aoi immediately searched for him, but he was nowhere to be found. Damn him, he ran his mouth and then ran away. Ow.
お兄ちゃん大丈夫？相当コテンパンにされたみたいだけど、お顔がボコボコに腫れてるよ。
Ha! Give me 3 days and I'll be all better. It's no big deal.
もういくら鬼の血を引いてるからって体は大事にしなよ。
Aoi wet the handkerchief in the stream and wiped away the blood and dirt from my face. The chilly handkerchief felt wonderful against the burning injuries all over my body.
ほら、じっとしてて。ちゃんと冷やさないと。
This much is nothing.
まあ、前よりいい男になってるし、あかりさんに見せるならこの方がいいかもね。
Shut it.
それで、頭の方は冷えた？
Yeah. I was in pretty lame shape after that magnificent rampage I went on, but I did understand. Feelings alone weren't enough to ensure everything would work out. I've still got a lot to learn, don't I?
でも、お兄ちゃんの気持ち、ちょっとだけわかるかな。
What's up? You now too?
だって、恋しちゃったらいろんなものが見えなくなるのわかるもん。どんなに高い壁があったって乗り越えたい。その人と一緒にいたい。そういう気持ちは理屈じゃないんだよ。
Aoi, you...
今さらこういう風に言っても信じてもらえないかもしれないけど、私お兄ちゃんが好きなんだよ。一人の女の子として。
You're serious, aren't you?
本気だよ。
And with that comment, Aoi... Suddenly stole my lips.
これで信じた？
Idiot! What in the world are you doing?
ごめんね。ファーストキスあげちゃった。
Man, that's too important to give away to your brother.
本当にごめんね。キスするなら今しかないなって思って。きっと最初で最後のチャンスだから。
Aoi. Everything she had done up to this point had been so extreme. This felt more like she was putting an end to her brother-loving ways. But now that she'd told me in such a serious setting, I couldn't sidestep my way out of this. By all rights, I should scold her for kissing me, but I really didn't feel like doing that at the moment. Yeah, I guess you've got it bad too. A couple obstacles that are too rough to overcome do immediately come to mind.
まあね、お父さんやお母さんに知られたら大変だね。多分感動されちゃうよ。
Aoi joked, but I was sure she'd suffered up until this point. No, she was definitely suffering as we spoke, enough that her chest probably felt like it would burst. Still, I had Akari. I couldn't accept Aoi's feelings. With a gentle sigh, I put my hand on Aoi's head and gave her a light pat.
お兄ちゃん。
I understand how you feel. Thank you. But I still can't see you as anything more than a sister. Listen, I do love you, but as just a family member. You're the one and only precious little sister I have in the whole world. Is that not enough?
オンリーワンか。悪くない響きだね。
Is this something you could accept?
考えとく。
I see. Thank you. As the tears ran down Aoi's face, I gently patted her head again and again, over and over, until she finished wiping her eyes. After walking Aoi home, I filled a glass with cold sake and looked up at the moon. I loved Akari. I had never fallen so hard for someone before. I wanted to treasure Akari and these feelings. I wanted to stay by her side forever. But Akari was a member of the Kibitsumiya family, and I was Phantom Thief Ura. Was there really a way I could make Akari happy without retiring from being a phantom thief? Things would be fine for a while, but a day would eventually come that we would clash with their family. When that happened, Akari would be upset. Akari had said she would go with me when I left this island, but she'd have to leave her family behind. Akari was proud to be part of the Kibitsumiyas. No, to be precise, she was proud to be part of her old man's lineage. She had no siblings, making Akari the last legitimate successor to the Kibitsumiya bloodline, and she was very well aware of that fact. And from the Kibitsumiya family's point of view, she was far more valuable than any mystic treasure. There was no way they would let her go so easily. Then again, I was surprised they accepted her living alone if that were the case. If Maki-san treasured her as much as she let on, she likely would have wanted to keep her close by. Well, she may have come to the conclusion that temporarily giving her some space may be for the best, considering how much Akari seemed to detest her. Akari and Maki-san, huh? I wasn't clever enough to consider all these different matters at the same time, in which case, better work on resolving the issue immediately at hand. First off, I would get Akari and Maki-san to make up. We could consider what to do about the issue of Ura and the Kibitsumiyas together after the fact. Yes, this wasn't only my problem. This involved Akari and Maki-san as well. If I could mediate their relationship, I was sure Akari would smile. It was an element of her happiness. Once that was made a reality, I knew we could discuss a better future together. With that belief in mind, I recalled Akari's smile as I quietly closed my eyes.